On this episode of My City Speaks to Me, I'll be exploring some cultural cuisine of Ethiopians and Eritreans, given the rise in the number of restaurants within Calgary. My culinary journey takes me around some of these amazing restaurants, namely Yegna, Abyssinia, Hdmona, and Abyssinia. Hi, I'm Lanre Ajayi, and I'm reaching you now on channel 1973.1 DT on people, places, and events. This is My City Speaks to Me, the Calgary edition. To make this episode more exciting, I've invited my friend Alexander Samuel, the publisher of Abyssinia magazine, to go on this adventure with me. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Larry.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, thanks.
All right.
Hello, folks. My name is Alexander Samuel. I'm the publisher and founder of Abyssinia magazine. I'm glad to co-host this episode of My City Speaks to Me with Lanre Ajayi to be your guide on some of our city's best Ethiopian and Eritrean restaurants.
And together we'll take you to Ethiopia and Eritrea. Stay with us. Cool. Before going on this culinary journey, I'd like to give you a brief background history about Eritrea and Ethiopia. Located on the Horn of Africa, Ethiopia and Eritrean people are closely linked when it comes to food, traditional clothing, and religion, etc. It is said some of the most beautiful women on earth are from this region. True?
Absolutely.
All right, I believe you.
I like to think so.
Yeah. Now, it interests you that this region of Africa is the birthplace of coffee, the headquarters of Organization of African Union.
The oldest human bones, 3.8 million years old, discovered in the northern part of Ethiopia, hence believed the origin of humankind.
The only country in Africa with its own numbers and letters.
Also, Ethiopia has 9 UNESCO World Heritage attractions.
And also Asmara in Eritrea is now a World Heritage Site as of 2017.
That's correct.
And there's still a lot of amazing things about Ethiopia and Eritrea.
The tradition, the people, the food, the culture. I mean, it is one of the definite places to visit in Africa.
Amazing. Still on My City Speaks to Me, the Calgary edition. Still exploring the cultural cuisine of Ethiopia and Eritrea. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. If you like Ethiopian cuisine, then I guarantee you also like Eritrean cuisine. Simply because these two cuisines have much in common and share many of the same dishes. Perhaps this close similarity is not too surprising given the interwoven histories of these two countries. The traditional food eaten by these two countries is completely different from any other African cuisine. For that matter, it's completely different from any other cuisine in the world.
Even though we seem to have great love for meat, our cuisine is well known for its variety of vegetarian and vegan dishes.
Culturally, these meals are eaten with hands, specifically the right hand. They use a type of bread called njere as utensils. You don't use regular utensils to eat it, as it's long-standing tradition. I'm adventurous and I'm going to be trying some of those special, Ethiopian and Eritrean delicacies with my right hand, so I can actually savor the taste. I think, using utensils at times can reduce the taste, the flavor.
The true cultural experience of eating Ethiopian and Eritrean cuisine, Ethiopian and Eritrean food. Traditionally, we do eat it with our hands,
okay.
But nevertheless, if you request for utensils, we always provide one for you.
Yeah, that reminds me, I was in China sometimes, and then I'm still learning how to use the sticks, the chopsticks. Because yeah. I find it very difficult to use a chopstick to take out rice. Rice. Pasta is still good because they are like long, coily ones. You can can roll them together and then find a way to go around them. But with rice, they are grains. Yeah. So
it takes a certain practice and a certain art.
Exactly.
And the way you eat Ethiopian food is even more artful, because the way you cut the piece of the injera bread is only with your one right hand.
Wow.
It's not very nice to actually use both hands. So it does take some practice to be able to tear apart the piece of the injera and then use it as a utensil
Wow.
to pick up whatever it is on your meal.
Ethiopians and Eritreans cuisine characteristically consist of vegetable and often very spicy meat dishes, usually in the form of wats, also wet or what. A fixed stew served atop injera, a large sourdough flatbread, which is about 50 centimeters or roughly 20 inches wide in diameter, and made out of teff, the smallest grain in the world. Ethiopians and Eritreans eat exclusively with their right hand, like we mentioned before, using pieces of sourdough bread, injera, as it's called by Ethiopians, and teda, as called by Eritreans, to pick up bites of entry.
Everything we eat is served with this flatbread called injera or taita. Therefore, be ready to experience with your hands, with your bare hands, how to eat Ethiopian and Eritrean dishes along with the accompanying injera bread. Thank you.
Now, I'm just going to experiment with my right hand today. You know, my fork and knife and spoon, they are thrown in the garbage. For today, my right fingers
Absolutely.
is attend this.
Yes, of course. Always make sure you wash your hands and
that is very important. Make sure you wash your hands and clean, and then dig in.
Dig in and have fun, and don't worry about getting messy. Enjoy the fantastic cultural food.
Yeah, it's all part of the fun. Welcome back. Still on My City Speaks to Me, the Calgary edition. Still exploring the amazing culinary culture, cuisine of Ethiopian and Eritrean. Now we're at the table. The meal is set, and then our hands are washed, ready to dig in. But before we go on, we want to know the cultural connotation or the importance of this meal. You know, the ingredients, how it's been prepared, and then who better to do justice to that than Abyssinia restaurant owner herself.
Hi.
ሰላም ጤና ይስጥልኝ ተመልካቾቻችን እንኳን ደህና መጣችሁ። ዛሬ በአቢሲኒያ ሬስቶራንት ከማይ ሲቲ ስፒክስ ቱ ሚ ከሚለው ዝግጅት አዘጋጅ ጋር አቶ ሎሬን አጃይ እና በሀበሻ መጋዚን ስም እዚህ ከወይዘሮ እውነት ጋር አቢሲኒያ ሬስቶራንት እንገኛለን። የሀበሻ ምግብን ፕሮሞት ለማድረግ ያዘጋጀነው ዝግጅት ነው። የተለያዩ ምግቦች አሉ። አቢሲኒያ ሬስቶራንት ነው ያለነው። እውነት ስለ ምግቡ አንዳንድ ነገር ትነግረናለች። Enjoy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Stay tuned.
So over to you.
All right. So we brought about 4 dishes for
Okay.
you all. I'm starting with the dorowet, with our national dish called chicken stew or dorowet. And also I'm starting with another dish called kitfo dulet. This one. It's a lot of, it's a lean red meat and also with a lot of onion and jalapenos. Either jalapeno or serrano pepper, and with a lot of spices. And down here, where I come from in Ethiopia, we do eat a lot of meat. So it's a way of representing that part of city where I come from, and it's beef ribs with a lot of spice and very yummy.
Very delicious.
It's
Very
already
delicious.
tasting. I can feel the aroma. Very inviting.
I can't wait. I'm getting hungry.
Right here, I call it gura or gurage tips. It's created by me, 2018. And it's kind of for people for the first time eaters, because not everyone can handle a lot of spices. So it's a way of introducing using our own ingredient, pretty much using from this side. And then I created that dish
So
for
this is original creation,
Of my own.
signature of Abyssinia.
Abyssinia 2018 in July.
That is amazing.
And bon appetit. And I specifically use a lot of kale, like you can see, and some of it. The kale actually recipe is my grandmother, and the beef it's pretty much inspired by kitfo, and that's how I ended up in tenderloin and some a little bit of homemade cheese, just top of. It's my jam. It's good.
So beside me here, there's this ornament
Yeah.
covering. So what do you have here?
So right there we have a plate.
Okay.
We as Ethiopians or Eritreans, we do eat traditionally all together.
Okay.
It's a way of unity and being loyal to one another, because if you eat together, it means represent loyalty, unity, and love all in one. So I brought that so we can all pitch in from here, and we put it in a plate, and then we share the plate. So
now,
that way we can keep growing together.
For our audience, when you say plate, it's not actually a kind of plate.
No.
It's actually
A
the
big,
injera.
huge. No, it's actually the injera, but underneath it there's a plate, but around.
Okay. Wow.
And I can show you if you can pass it to me.
Okay. Let me put this here.
Ruti.
Thank you. Oh, I can see a massive plate.
So you can see the injera. So we're gonna put it here,
All right.
and the ayib always go right at the middle.
So what is that white part?
That's, we call it ayib, and it's similar to cottage, also feta. So
Okay.
feta is a bit soury, cottage is a bit like watery. It's in between and very good. I think ours is way better. Like I said, the dorowet, it represents Ethio-Eritrean culture.
Okay.
We always served the doro with chicken, a boiled chicken, always comes with it.
Boiled egg.
Boiled egg, always.
So this is served in the middle.
Always.
Thank you. I can see. So you can have each side, each portion, each person has his own serve by. So what is the next thing to do?
So I made a little bit of plate for us. Like I said, we all eat together.
Okay.
It represents unity, love, pretty much, yeah, working together, loyalty. So.
And I think that is one of the most essential ingredients we need in a community. Unity, love, togetherness, oneness. So this is not just an episode, but an historical significance to tell our audience, Canadians, Calgarians, and anybody else watching this episode from anywhere in the world, that culture transcends just the way of life, but it speaks more to how we can live together, you know, harmoniously, you know, each person looking out for each other, like we're going to be doing now, you know, breaking bread, like some people call it. This is amazing.
Yes, if we can eat together, we can work together, we can come up with a solution to our issues.
Yeah,
together.
and we can resolve challenges together.
Also, like every part of Ethio-Eritrean culture has a meaning to it.
Okay.
We don't just share a plate without having any meaning.
All right.
It's all about everything we do, from coffee to food to every single part of our food has meaning to it.
Okay.
And which is represents loyalty, love, and
Together.
togetherness.
So I'm seeing something here. It looks like orange in color. Tell us, what is this?
This is a honey wine. I made it here for a specific reason, for myself, I would say.
Okay.
But yeah, I made it for me. It's a honey wine, and it's something that very popular in the Ethio-Eritrean community. So whenever we have guests, like I said earlier, guests or a holiday season, and we make this for any guest in our house.
That is amazing.
Yeah. And
We're
then,
so special to have this. This is lovely. And what is that? That looks like a test tube. But
no, this is actually, we drink the specific, this wine.
Oh.
So basically there is a glass for a wine
all right.
in western side of the country. So this is our way of drinking our wine.
Wow.
With a specific, because we don't use a regular cup. We use
Wow. So this is actually a wine glass,
Yeah.
a wine cup. Thank you. How do you say thank you in Ethiopia? How do you say thank you?
አመሰግናለሁ።
Amasaganalo.
I'm a saganalo.
Yep.
Good job.
I'm a saganalo.
Cheers.
How do you say join us?
Nibla.
I'm a Segalu. I'm a
Nibla.
Nibla.
Nebla.
That's wonderful.
I like it.
That's good.
Nice,
A
good.
bit strong, got it? Okay, bon appetit.
All right.
Now we're gonna hit the food now. Oh yeah.
So today I won't be able to join them eating this yummy food
Why?
because I am fasting every Wednesday and Friday. We become completely vegan because of the religion I practice, which is Orthodox. Some of you know and some of you don't know. It's Orthodox. We
Well,
just
then
become
that-
vegan for a couple of.
Let me be forgiven today because of this project. I hope this does not make me look bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to explain to my friend the food, so I'm
Yes.
gonna join him.
Yes.
And for the
But I do usually fast.
so for me, I'm not fasting today, so I gotta eat a lot of this food. Good for me. Sorry, but I'm gonna enjoy this.
Oh, please do.
All right, my friend. So I'm gonna have this half. You can
Okay.
have the big piece.
Okay.
Injera. So this
Okay.
is how you cut a piece of the injera.
Okay.
Okay.
Cut a piece this way.
Yeah, and you put it on top of whichever dish that you like. I
Alright.
particularly happen to like the guratips, so I'm gonna put it on top of that, and then hold it together.
Like this.
Yay! How was it? First bite. Yummy.
I love it.
Try that one.
Okay, I'm gonna grab one of this,
Put that one in here.
and one of my knives.
You have a knife?
So, one for me,
Yes.
one for him.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Then you cut a piece.
This is amazing.
You again. This is amazing. Wow. I love this barbecue style golden tips.
For me?
You know what? This is one of the best meal I've had in a long time.
Yay!
Me too.
It reminds me of everything African. The spice, the vegetables, the beef, the grilled beef, and everything is so lovely. How often do you open? When do you open? How many days in a week do you open?
7 days.
7 days. That's amazing.
I open 7 days a week.
What time do you open?
11 for lunch. 11 a.m. until about 10 p.m.
11 to 10 p.m.
Nibla, meaning let's eat.
Nibla.
Nibla. Nibla. Mikar, meat amazing food. Join us as we're having a taste of Ethiopian and Eritrean cuisine in Calgary, Alberta.